Around 10,000 years ago, with the largest herd animals now extinct, the climate warming, and the human population growing rapidly, it was the beginning of the Archaic period. This period is also known as the time of the hunters and gatherers. Small nomadic groups of people continue to adapt to a changing climate by eating a more diverse diet of smaller game and many varieties of edible plants, fruits, and nuts. Smaller game, like rabbits and deer, became the hunted when larger games became extinct. As people spread out through North America, different tool forms had to be created to adapt to the new environments and tasks at hand. They found that putting serrations on knife edges made them more effective, a practice that we still use today. They experimented with notches and different methods of securing their tools to hafts. Archaic craftsmen made finely ground and polished stone axes that were able to cut down trees, and sharp adze to hollow out the logs for canoes. These canoes were used to travel the vast waterways in search of raw materials and to trade with other groups. The atlatl, or spear thrower, was a technological breakthrough, as important to ancient man as the invention of the gun was to our more recent ancestors. The atlatl is a wooden lever used to propel light spears to greater distances and more accurately than could be attained with normal hand-thrown spears. For over 10,000 years, until the invention of the bow and arrow, the atlatl was the most important hunting weapon used by early man. In the latter part of the Archaic time period, people moved around less and were settling down into small, semi-permanent villages. It was during this time that they discovered agriculture. Wild onions, beans, and squash were planted to help support the steadily growing communities. The new stable lifestyle played a large role in how they developed, both spiritually and socially. Ceremonial gatherings, social and sporting events now played a part in their daily life. The Archaic is the longest time period in the prehistoric Americas and lasted around 7,000 years. At the end of the Archaic period, people were well established throughout the continent, with villages from coast to coast. Around 3,000 years ago, the larger populations started relying less on the hunter-gatherer customs and depended even more on agriculture. Thus was the beginning of the next time period, the woodland.